We're live.
We are live. We are live. Thank you for joining. Somebody's already commenting. We haven't even said anything.
Oh, that's good. Hi,
we,
everybody.
we haven't even. Nicole Coates is in the house. Hey,
Hey,
Nicole.
sister.
Scooby D2 is already commenting. Scooby, we haven't even started the show yet, and you're ready to get in. He's ready to get it in on us. Thanks to everyone for that's joining in. We're gonna let Kevin is having some technical issues, so he's gonna be I guess logging off and logging back in on a different device. So today's show, if you see the topic, obviously Monday is MLK Day. And we kind of noticed that the media is kind of in love with MLK, and our brother Malcolm doesn't get as much love as MLK does. So
Martin Luther King is a safer one. He's more safe.
And Kevin brought up the question: do we still need black leaders today? Do we still need who are our black leaders, Tiffany? Our black leaders is Al Sharpton one of our leaders, you would say? Jesse Jackson. Those are old.
I can say they were spokespersons. I believe like our leaders was assassinated. They have been killed, the ones that really stand firm, because the rest of them were more of associates, that was standing with them and also talking, but they wasn't as high as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X,
Yeah.
So he's a spokesperson,
Yeah. So obviously Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had two different styles, but they both wanted to achieve the same thing, and that's
the same goal.
Rights, the same goal. That's equal rights for black people, and they wanted black people to be treated equally. But Malcolm had a more militant, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
You punch me, I punch you back. No, turn the other cheek. None of that.
No, none of that.
You punch me in the face, I put you in a headlock and run you into a wall, I guess was Malcolm's.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. Well, Kev, are you in the house?
I'm in the house. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
We're good.
That's beautiful. Glad to be here. Hey, Carl, I heard you ask some questions. Yeah.
So we're gonna kick it off with some videos of both Malcolm and MLK, and then we're gonna get into it. And
hold on, let me give them the we do not own the rights to this content. It's fair use only, educational purposes only. It's our opinion and no one else's. Please like and subscribe and share and leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
All right, thank you very much. Here we go.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
About that day when we will be victimized with what is life's final common denominator. That's something we call death. We all think about it, and every now and then I think about my own death, and I think about my own funeral, and I don't think of it in a morbid sense. Every now and then I ask myself, what is it that I would want said? And I leave the word to you this morning. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That isn't important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. That's not important. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. I'd like somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to love somebody.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future. But I've had to analyze many things over the last few years, and I would say over the last few months. I've gone through a lot of soul-searching and agonizing moments. And I've come to see that we have many more difficult days ahead, and some of the old optimism was a little superficial, and now it must be tempered with a solid realism. And I think the realistic fact is that we still have a long, long way to go, and that we are involved in a war on Asian soil, which, if not checked and stopped, can poison the very soul of our nation. I'm not going to say that all of our problems will be solved if the war in Vietnam is ended, but I do say that the war makes it infinitely more difficult to deal with these problems. When a nation becomes obsessed with the guns of war, it loses its social perspective, and programs of social uplift suffer. This is just a fact of history, so that we do face many more difficulties as a result of the war.
This has been a narrative amongst our community for the longest period of time, bro. It's the Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King stance. It's the same.
And Martin Luther King one is not even fair, because Martin Luther King changed his stance many years later. It's just in the schools, they give you the sanitized, like, he was just a go along to get alonger. He was all about peace. He just wanted integration. But nobody talks about the burning house speech, where he talks about how he fears he may have integrated his.
They don't talk about the radicalization.
House. They don't talk about how he got on the Malcolm X page where he was like, "We coming to get our check." You know what that means, right? That means reparations. He literally said that.
But we know, you know what I mean.
Coming to get our check.
It amazes me how one man is always talked about and has his own month and all this other shit, but Malcolm X don't get no love. He don't get barely any recognition. Growing up in school, bro, it was always about Martin Luther King. It was never about Malcolm X at all. And it's crazy because when you really look at these two men, right, they both had flaws within their logic, and they also had pros with their logic. But nobody always talks about them two at the same time. It's always one man. Martin Luther King always believed in peace and love and things of that nature and peaceful protesting. But it came to a point to where that mindset can only get you so far. He himself realized that, but it was too late, because motherfuckers always gonna hate when you start to break boundaries that people feel uncomfortable doing. They're gonna hate you and they're gonna want to take you down. And that's exactly what happened to him. And it's sad that Malcolm X is a person, his dad got killed, his mom got sent to a mental hospital or whatever, his siblings got separated from him, he grew up in a foster home, his other home got burnt down, and his other family got killed, his uncles got killed. And it's crazy, this man literally grew up in violence, went to jail for 8 to 10 years, got out, changed his whole life. And yet this man gets shot 21 times from people, organizations that once supported this man. This shit is so fucking sickening. I wish I could play so many clips right now. All right, here we go.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. It was brainwash education, just making the schools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God up above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's
All right.
go.
What's up, everybody? Hey,
What's
what
up?
up, Jeff Short? Jeff Short checking in again from Mississippi. Jeff Short came across our show and hasn't let us go since he clicked on us. And he says, hello, everybody. I just clicked on, but being from Mississippi, I think Medgar Evers gets overlooked.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes. What do you guys think that is? Why Martin's held so high? I mean, as he should be. But do you think like Malcolm X and Medgar Evers are too radical?
Well, let me go first if I can. It's up to Black people to. Martin wasn't made by white people. Martin was made by his people, Black people. So it's up to Black people to uplift Malcolm X. I think the difference between the two men was the reason one. How can I say this? It's religion. Dr. King was a Baptist minister, a Christian, right?
Yeah.
And Malcolm is a Muslim. And till this day, we understand how the word Muslim scares the hell out of the white man to this day, right? So Malcolm X came up, his notoriety came from a religion that wasn't popular in the United States. That was the Nation of Islam, which is, I guess, created by Muhammad. What's his name?
The minister Louis,
minister.
not Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad, yes.
Right.
And I think a lot of people wasn't familiar with that. They were afraid of that guy. And then they were afraid of Malcolm because of the way he came out the box swinging. And I think America don't understand the Muslim religion because this is not a Muslim country. It's a Christian country.
Right, it's a Christian country.
And we relate to a Christian minister more than we relate to a Muslim minister as in Malcolm X. For example, you know, Christian ministry goes back to slavery, right? I mean, a lot of the songs that we sing in church today were hymns from, you know, that were being sung during slavery. They were songs that got slaves through slavery or helped them, you know, get through some of the rough times they were going through, right? So I think Black people grew up always in the Baptist church or the Christian, sort of ministry. And I think that's had a lot to do with how the
they were more comfortable with him. They were more comfortable with
that's my opinion on how I think people relate more to. And it wasn't until Spike Lee came out with the great movie, Malcolm X, that a lot of Black people were introduced to Malcolm X. A lot of Black people don't even know anything about Malcolm X until they saw Spike Lee's movie, you know, to be honest,
80s,
right?
80s,
Yeah, I mean, he was brought, we could thank Spike Lee for his popularity. Honestly, because a lot of Black people up to that point, you know, unless you were in the nation of some sort, you know, a lot of people were
or you was raised in a conscious household.
Yes, they didn't know much about Malcolm X. I'm gonna argue today, people still don't know much about Malcolm X. So, but he was an amazing man, and he should get his love. But I think we have to lift him up the same way Spike Lee brought him to the forefront. I think Black people, like the young man that was, you know, bitching that Malcolm was not getting the love that King gets, then people like him and they need to lift Malcolm up and get his word out there through TikTok videos or YouTube or whatever. You know, it's up to us to make Malcolm a huge star. The white man ain't gonna do it, right?
I was very proud of the young man for him even knowing that. It's good that he knows his history and he looked it up. I was very proud of him. So young people, yes, do your history. Learn. Don't let nobody just tell you anything. You know, learn your history.
Can I say one more thing before, real quick, Carl? Just one more thing. I hate that these two men are pitted against each other. This is like, it's not a rap battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's the best rapper? You know,
Like they doing a versus.
yeah, this is not a versus. You're absolutely right. It's not Patti LaBelle versus Dionne Warwick. You know what I'm saying? It's not a versus. Like,
That's right.
why do we always have to do that with our people? Why do we always have to? Who's better, Michael Jackson or Prince? You know, you don't
And
see
they two different individuals, two
exactly,
different walks of life. You know,
exactly.
just like, you know, we said with Malcolm and Martin, two different sets of people, and we understand they both had the same message: freedom for our people, you know, economic balance for our people, civil rights for our people.
But don't you think the reason a lot of people, I could say white people, like Martin's version better because he is more of turn the other cheek, and
He's nonviolent.
right, he's nonviolent. So they like that. They like us to be docile and not respond, even though we've been through some horrific things. Listen, and I've said this a gazillion times. Black people in America are not half as angry as they should be.
That is true.
And I said this too before, Kev. I said we should be kicking ass every single day. There should be some kind of protest, but we get up every day and we go about our business, you know, just dealing with stuff. How can you not expect Black people to be angry? Why are people shocked that Black people are angry? Why are people shocked that Malcolm X's, to me, reaction is the perfect reaction?
Well, first of all, Carl, I think Dr. King understood numbers. We were greatly outnumbered. He understood that if we went in with an angry attitude and we're going to fight back physically attitude, we would get slaughtered. I mean, the numbers just didn't add up. It wasn't enough strong Black men and strong Black women to fight off the mobs of racism that they had to face back in those days. So it's like watching the movie, one of my favorite movies, I Will Fight No More Forever. It's about Chief Joseph, who was a great Indian chief who went against, I think he went against General Lee. They were trying to take over this Indian land, and you know, American Indians weren't having it. And this small army put up a hell of a fight. They ended up getting, you know, taken over, but they were a lot stronger than General Lee's army thought they would be, you know. So I think Dr. King understood, man, if we just go, hey, we're gonna get some baseball bats and some guns and go at these guys, you know, talk diesel, we're gonna get slaughtered, you know. So I think that was more of a strategy. I don't know. I wouldn't say he wasn't as angry as a Malcolm. I'm sure he was inside. It was his strategy, though, to try to be nonviolent, to see if he could make some sense with these crazy ass people that were sicking dogs and hoses and beating them with billy clubs and hanging them. I think it was just a strategy. It didn't work, obviously.
And also being educated. They fought. Martin Luther King was not dumb at all. He was very educated. The people that he was around was college educated, because a lot, you remember, the whites didn't even want us to be able to read or write. So we had to fight that type of way. And like you said, we couldn't just go out there with billy clubs and stuff. They would have burnt us up and made us a lake.
Exactly. If anybody get a chance to do their homework, though, read Dr. King's accomplishments before he was 30 years old. And when you read
He did a lot.
Yeah, exactly. When you read what this guy did as far as education, you know, and getting degrees in college, I mean, it was nuts how smart he was. I mean, he's a very smart guy, you know. And let me say this: he didn't have to do this.
He didn't.
He could have just said, "Hey, I'm a smart guy. I'm gonna get a job and just go live my life." None of these guys, who even that includes Malcolm X, none of these guys had to do what they had to do. They were, I guess, ordained to do this. It was their destiny, I guess.
And they love their people.
They love their people, and it cost both of them their lives at a very young age. You know, none of those guys lived to see 40 years old.
And don't think they didn't know that that's what happened. They were getting constantly threatened on the regular. So they knew that they probably wasn't going to live long, but they was going to fight standing up and not on their knees. So we honor and we salute on Martin Luther King, you know, and we also salute and honor his wife, because where there's a good man, there's a good woman. And everybody want to be Coretta Scott King these days.
How
And they
come?
don't get enough credit either. The wives, both wives of these gentlemen, don't get enough credit for.
Yeah, talk about standing by your man. They stood by their man.
Amen.
Yeah, yes, they did, and none of them got remarried. I think Mega Evans' wife, she wound up getting married, but she still kept her name. But later on in her life, but yeah, we salute those women because they had to stand behind their men, and then they had to raise their children after they was murdered. That's hard. You understand, and have to live. Live your. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, to clear up, Kev, I didn't mean like that Martin's way was anything. I just mean like I don't understand why people are surprised that black people are angry.
Right, I got you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, why are you shocked? Why are you shocked that black people are angry? There's I mean, to see people being lynched and those pictures of people having parties and smiling while they're people hanging from trees just because they were black, and you want me and you don't see why I'm angry? You know what I mean? Even like today, like to see a black person. I mean, we've shown videos how white people get away with stuff with the cops and talk anyway to the cops, but black people get shot,
Immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And you surprised that we're angry? Let me be angry. Just let me be angry. Don't be surprised. Oh, why they're so angry? What's their problem? Why they always got a chip on their shoulder? You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? So
And I think the media is guilty of playing parts of Dr. King's speech that makes them comfortable. But it's our. We should go to YouTube or and whatever or get a book. Remember those things called books that nobody was sitting for, and do homework on. You want to hear Dr. King talk some radical shit? He talks a lot of radical shit, but you got to go.
Especially later on in his life.
You're not going to find a radical speech on Dr. King on CNN, or Fox News or MSNBC. It's not going to happen. But they exist. They exist. If Dr. King wasn't radical, he wouldn't have been assassinated. Let that sink in.
Yeah, he was moving a crowd. He was too popular. People was loving him too much. It was too much. They didn't. First of all, already. I think that was a part of the FBI. As soon as you get a Messiah you have to terminate him. And that was a part of termination. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. Anybody is, and we definitely want to shout Medgar Evers out because he dealt with the voting.
Yes, he
Something
did.
that Kevin fights about all the time with the voting. He fought for voting. We needed to vote, and he got killed right in his driveway. So yes, our men, they fought for us, our black men, and they fought for truth and righteousness, and they died doing that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if they had to do it again, I believe they would still do it because they want their people to have freedom. Because change has came since that. We had a lot of change. It's not as much as we want, but we did get a lot of change.
One of Dr. King's biggest downfall, well, not downfall, the beginning of the end for him was two things. One, he started talking about the Vietnam War. And he bit off more than he can chew with that because now he's effing with big money. Mm-hmm. And when you start effing with America's big money, you got to go.
It's a business. Everything's a business. Until we get that through our head and stop being so emotional,
war
it's a business. That's why we should get our reparations. Okay.
War is big business, and that's why that's one of the reasons. And the second reason was when he was doing the Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign just wasn't for African Americans; it was for poor white people too. And poor white people were starting to get on board with Dr. King. So now he had poor white people
he's merging.
And poor black people going. He had poor white people going, yeah, what about us? Mm-hmm. So now you got thousands of poor white people starting to follow Dr. King, and that's not good for the powers that be. Mm-hmm. He had to go. At that point.
And they didn't want that. They did a lot of sabotaging back in the late 50s and 60s, especially to white people that was really trying to help black people. They put in all those psychedelic drugs and all of that stuff like that. They talked about it now. The CIA finally released records. It's been almost 40, 50 years, but they did a lot of things to stop people from being a part of the black movement. They did not want us to go anywhere. They wanted us to be at a standstill, but we came a long way. Thank God. Thank Martin Luther King.
Let me play this. I'm not sure if this is still in the Constitution, but you guys might be able to tell me if this is still part of the American Constitution. But listen to what Malcolm X said. I knew this, but listen to what
American laws are not the black man's laws.
Well, the laws here in America were made by white people for the benefit of white people. The Constitution was written by whites for the benefit of whites. It was never written for the benefit of blacks. And when you read the Constitution, I think in Article 1, Section 2, or Section 1, Article 1, some one of the two, and it's in the Constitution, it says that it classifies black people as 3/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man, subhuman, less than a human being. It relegates us to the level of cattle, hogs, chickens, cows, a commodity that could be bought and sold at the will of the master. No, it was written by whites for the benefit of whites and to the detriment of blacks. And when a black man stands up talking about his constitutional rights, he's out of his mind. And when a black man stands up talking about his constitutional rights, he's out of his mind.
So,
when a black man stands up talking about his
that was you. So, I'm asking, is that still in the Constitution, that 3/5 of a human? Did they ever take that out?
I don't know. That's something that we got to Google, but I don't know. Did they? I don't think they took it out.
I can't answer that myself.
I can't even answer that either. If it's still in there.
I don't think it is, but I could be wrong.
I don't. I hope it's not still in there.
It shouldn't be still in there. I had to Google that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back. If y'all in the chat and y'all know it, please put it in there. Because we don't got time to be sitting here looking for it right now. But if it's in there, that's a damn shame. If it's out of there, thank God.
If anyone knows if black people are still considered 3/5 of a human in the American Constitution, put it in the chat and let us know, because we're not sure.
But listen, if it's in the Constitution, it's still in the white people heads anyway. It's still in the system that we 3/5 anyway. Look, they not even paying us properly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, check out this other clip by Malcolm before we come back.
We don't believe that black people will ever get any laws, get any problem with laws being passed or new persons being put in office, white liberals being put in office. There is nothing that the white man will ever do to bring about true, sincere citizenship or civil rights recognition for black people in this country. Nothing will they ever do. They will always talk it, but they won't practice it.
So Malcolm is saying there's nothing white liberals would ever do for black people. Apparently,
that's what we must do for ourselves.
Yeah.
Period.
So Scooby Doo. I always call him Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo.
Shout out to the chat room.
Yes. So we just got someone N Nafiza. We just got.
No.
Do you know who that is?
No, I'm just pronouncing.
Nafiza. Nafiza.
Okay, if that's how you do it, I don't know. Did they say you said it right?
I don't know. That's the way it's spelled Nafiza. Either Nafiza or Nafiza. There's only two ways to pronounce it.
Oh well, I'm not trying.
Anyway,
I
say hello.
Names.
Hello, Nafiza, and thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Scooby says that they liked. He said they liked the media loved Gandhi more than Fidel, meaning Fidel Castro. And then he went on to say they assassinated Gandhi. Gandhi wasn't radical, and he was assassinated. I'm not sure what his point is there. Maybe it was something we said. But Gandhi was assassinated, was he?
Yeah, Gandhi was assassinated. He was killed. But also, Gandhi didn't look at black people as, human either. He felt like, he had his way of how he felt about us. Y'all can Google it.
Oh
But
yeah, sure.
Martin Luther King actually respected him because of his nonviolence, and he followed. Actually, if you go to his if it's still there in his museum, he actually had a statue there of Gandhi because he really respected his nonviolent effect dealing with what we was dealing with civil rights.
Okay, so in Malcolm and MLK's speech, he said someday we would reach the promised land. You guys know the speech better than that. Do you think we have reached that promised land? Do you think black people are we close? Are we there yet? Are we getting close?
We ain't at no promised land. We still struggling. We ain't at no daggone promised land. We're living and we breathing, and that's a blessing. And we have so much more to go. We still have to deal with the educational, the housing, the medical. We have so much things that is up against us. The legal system, So we still have a lot more to go, but we did come very far.
All right, listen to this video. Someone asked this guy a question about black people.
Will black people ever, 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 ever be able to be self-sufficient or independent? This question is obviously racist, but I will answer it as if it was asked in good faith. First of all, before emancipation, black people created the necessary infrastructure for their independence and self-sufficiency. In the year 1738, the first free black town was established in Mosey, Florida, which means that there was a free black town before there was a United States of America. The first black-owned media company, a newspaper, was established in 1827. All of this was before emancipation. Black towns and neighborhoods saved and circulated millions of dollars within their communities, like the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, North Nashville in Tennessee, Sweet Auburn in Atlanta, and countless others. There is a list way too long to fit into this video. And do you know what happened to those thriving, independent, self-sufficient communities? They were attacked by white folks. They were bombed. They were raided. They were terrorized. They were demolished. These independent, self-sufficient black communities were fine and had existed for a very long time. The real question is, will whiteness ever, 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 ever be able to be self-sufficient and independent without black oppression?
Nope, they need us. They need us. We don't need them, but they need us. Until we figure out that we don't need them, they need us more.
Yeah. It's almost like they don't like to see us. It's like they almost want us to have nothing.
They don't want you to be at the same level as them. They want you to be at a level that you are controllable.
They they somehow want to keep that foot in your neck.
Yes.
So you have to be at their beck and call. I watch white people and dogs fascinate me. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. The relationship that white people have with dogs just fascinates me. And to the point where is like, and I know Kevin has a dog and he loves his dog.
I have 2 dogs, damn it.
My sister got dogs too. We love animals.
Yeah, but to me,
West Indians don't like animals too much. They belong outside.
Saying that it's almost like they want to be able to control black people the way they control their pets. I remember Desi. Desi was on the show, Kev. Desi said that he worked with white people and he felt like they treated him like he was their pet. Like he was, they want to keep you. If you just let us handle it, we'll take care of everything. We tell you what to do. We tell you what to say. As long as you listen to us, everything be okay. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I just get that white people just need control over black people.
Yeah, because they've been controlling us for years and years and years and years. So when they can't control us, that's an issue.
They seem to get uncomfortable when they can't control us.
Facts. I agree with that.
Yes. So we're going to slide into another topic. So if you are on YouTube and you might come in a little late on this topic, because I guess there's a delay. So we're going to move away from the Malcolm and Martin style of parading.
Happy birthday, Martin Luther King. Thank you for your essence. We appreciate you.
No doubt.
So there's a lady by the name of Dr. Bonnie Bailey. Tiffany brought this to our attention. I'm sure she has some research she did on it. Dr. Bonnie Bailey was the vice president of what?
Lincoln University. It's a HSBCU.
Yes. And apparently she was being bullied at work. I have some videos on it. She was being bullied at work.
Yeah, by I think it's the university president was bullying her, John Mosley. He is a white man.
Yeah. So let me show here we go. So
you know how y'all black.
Oh my God. Have you heard this story?
The death of Dr. Antoinette Bonnie Candia Bailey has sparked outrage from LU alumni across the country who now want Mosley to resign. As KRCG 13's Lauren Turman reports, new documentation from Bailey herself identifies Lincoln as, quote, where it started and where it ended.
The passing of Lincoln University Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Antoinette Bonnie Candia Bailey, has rocked both Jefferson City and university alums. Now, new documents are surfacing from Bailey herself on the day she took her own life, outlining University President Dr. John Mosley as causing, quote, enough harm and mental damage.
That whole day, I was really beating myself up because I'm like, if I would have read the entire email, maybe I could have saved her life.
Candia Bailey graduated from Lincoln in 1998. Her friends and loved ones say she was a loving, generous person who radiated positivity.
She's the type of friend where, you know, she can just tell by talking to you in your voice that something's wrong. And she would get up in the middle of the night and she would drive 2-3 hours to get to you, to be there for you. It did not matter what she was going through. She always smiled. She was always positive.
But soon after she took the position of Vice President of Student Affairs in May of 2023, her friends noticed a change in her.
I even visited with her on homecoming, and she was like, you know, she's like, I'm just trying to make it through at this point, because that is...
Vice President of a university. She unalives herself because of excessive bullying. She attempted to seek help. Lincoln University President Dr. John Mosley and the board of curators are now under fire after the university's vice president of student affairs, Dr. Antoinette Bonnie Candia Bailey, took her own life on the 8th of January. Bailey's passing has now sparked outrage from LU alumni across the country who are now calling for the resignation of that president, President Mosley. New documents sent to KRCG and written by Candia Bailey on the day she took her own life, outlining University President Dr. John Mosley as causing, quote, enough harm and mental damage, end quote. Multiple emails obtained by someone close to Mrs. Candia Bailey and shared with KRCG.
See, the problem is allowing these people into our spaces. And this is exactly why I choose violence, because I wish in the fuck I would let one of you pink motherfuckers push me to the end, push me over the edge. And if I do jump off the deep end, bitch, I won't be bringing harm to myself. It'll be on one of you motherfuckers. I get on some Samuel L. Jackson shit real quick. Some time to kill shit real quick. The way y'all make black people fight to be in white spaces is diabolical. But y'all just think y'all can invade our spaces. What the fuck is that white man even doing at a HBCU? I wouldn't give a fuck about his credentials, because we're discriminated against and motherfuckers be having top tier credentials. What if we only said whites only? You guys can't say just blacks only. Y'all did, and still the fuck do. Nothing has changed. Dr. Bonnie's death will not go in vain. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Get him the fuck out of there. Why is he still there?
Yeah, Tiffany, you want to take this?
It's just very sad about Miss Dr. Bonnie. We want to say rest in peace to her. If y'all are out there and y'all going through anything, please reach out to someone, before you take your life. It was that serious that she could not take it anymore. But she did leave enough evidence. What I'm gathering, because I don't have everything, but what I'm gathering, this is a HSBCU. Isn't that a black school, right?
Yes. I
So
think it's
I believe that now they have more of a white, they bringing in white faculty now. And if you look at her documents before she left, she expressed about how it wasn't proper management. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to do as a president to make everybody, the faculty, feel comfortable, especially, the people of color that has been there. He said he had an issue with her. He never expressed the issue to her. It was just a back and forth, and she kept reaching out, asking for help, wanting to be able to take off, and they would not do anything for her until she made the choice to take her own life. It's y'all can look it up. Like I said, I don't have all the information about her, but so far everybody said that she was a good woman, and until this man came in and started making it very uncomfortable for her and many others. It's just that her mental couldn't take it. She couldn't take it, and she left. And I think she went to that school. She was a student there before, and to come back to be able to teach and be a VP. And I think she was a sorority sister. She did a lot of work, and we honor and salute her. So the main thing is workplace, a toxic workplace. And a lot of us go through that. We are working at jobs that are very toxic, or we're working in jobs that the management is disgusting. They're not people persons. They don't know how to talk or deal with their employees. They're not being properly trained on on their employees. They don't know how to deal with them. So yes, it needs to have some change. And I hope by her death, this can wake up a lot of people on dealing with toxic workplaces. Nobody want to work at a job and be uncomfortable.
I'm sorry that it brought her to the point where she where she unalived herself, where she took her own life. But I know exactly what she's dealing with. Anybody black know, like the girl said in the video, when you're in white spaces, and I'm not sure if this is done intentionally, but I remember Kevin told us about a show he was doing, and he was in the green room with the other comics. The two comics were white. He's black. He's the headliner. The woman running the show comes in, talks to the other two comics, doesn't even look at
no attention, right?
Yeah,
No eye contact, yeah.
Yeah, no eye contact. It's very, very similar to that when you work, no matter where you go, and I'm sure it was that to the 10th power for this lady for her to take her own life. And I've experienced it in comedy and working regular jobs. You're at the job, and it's like you could be at a job. If you're black, you could be at a job for 20 years, 30, and then they would hire somebody white, and the white people would just have a connection, you know what I mean? And just leave you out, you know what I mean? You feel left out because they have a connection, they have a white thing. I'm sure white people say the same thing about black people when it's a lot of black people around they probably feel left out because,
But it's a difference when they're the boss.
Yes. So it's very hard to deal with it, and like I said, I'm not sure if most white people are aware of what's going on. That white lady that, ignored Kevin, they have to know. You know what I mean? There's no way they can't know what.
Nobody never checked them.
I think
that's why you got to be checked sometimes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do they know, or is it just natural behavior that
natural behavior that has to be checked?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you call them out on it, of course, and they'll pretend like they don't know what I did.
I did that?
Absolutely.
I didn't know.
I've called out people before, and you're absolutely right. They act like they don't know that it happened.
Turn into a victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me? I did that? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to pretend they don't know. Sometimes I wonder if it's just part of their DNA. They just can't
It
help
is. It is.
to be, what I mean, to not trust, to always look at black people as suspicious, to
As a suspect.
Yeah, to not, but I don't know if we do that, because to me, black people seems more welcoming. We seem to want to be afraid to hurt everyone's feelings. I told you guys last week about the interaction I had and I was at a place of business, and there was some black people there and there was some white people there, and I was interacting with the black people and totally ignoring the white people, and I felt, I felt weird.
Why did you feel weird?
Because I knew that I knew I was ignoring them. I was doing it. I was doing what they do, and I knew I was doing it. I knew I was doing it. I was doing it intentionally. I walked into the business, and there were some white people, and they were but I focused 100% of my attention talking to the black employees and engaging with them, and totally ignore the other white employees. I did them what they do to us, but I knew I was doing it. So here we are sitting asking if white people know. I mean, I knew I was doing it because I was doing it. You know what I mean? I was doing it intentionally. So to ask if they don't know if they're doing it,
Some do, some don't, and some don't want to even be bothered with it anyway. Like I see white people, I don't. They only way they talk, they interact with me if they talk to me. It's not like I'm going up there, hey girlfriend. I'm not doing that.
But it's like this game we got to keep playing. You know what I mean? And it's just stressful. All of that to me is just stress.
I don't play them games.
It's stressful.
I grab my pocketbook because I don't trust them. They be stealing. So I grab my pocketbook real tight, and I'll be like, no, I'm saying.
All right.
The history is not good.
Our condolences go out to Dr. Bonnie Bailey.
Yes.
Family. We are, very sorry, and our hearts and souls and, hugs go out to you and your family, because I know it had to be very tough for her to take her own life.
Yeah, that had to be a lot. I think she was married.
Yes, she was married over a job.
Yeah, condolences to her family.
It had to be pretty bad.
Yeah, it had to. That had to for somebody to say, no what, I can't take this anymore. Yes. And this, like I said, again, this should be a message to people. Please don't be on jobs that you're unhappy or you feel like your mental is about to pop. Okay, there's other jobs out there. Please go to them. Don't let nobody mess up your mental for $1. And I know we gotta work. I know we gotta pay bills, but your mental is much important.
Yeah, she had mental issues. She said that she was having mental issues, and she told them
when somebody keep breaking you down or you trying to go according to a plan, it's just a lie. It's just a lie, and I feel bad. I feel bad for her because she's not the only one out there. There's many out there that are going through it and suffering in silence, men and women.
But the permanent solution for these problems is for more black people to own more businesses and hire black people.
Yes.
We don't have to deal with this stuff.
And stop letting other people come in our schools just because of the money and the checks. I thought this was an HSBCU. Why is this white man the president? You understand? I'm sorry. I'm just asking. I mean, if it's a black school, I'm thinking you're supposed to have a black president. You understand, to be able to run. You don't know what black people go through. I don't know. That's my personal opinion.
Yes. All right. So we're going to finish up today with a topic. We're going to talk about the aftermath of Cat Williams. Tiffany was here last week. But Cat Williams blew up the internet, blew up
Yes,
the
he did. Yes, he did.
internet. And it was a lot of, I don't know if it was fallout, because I'm sure Cat don't give a shit. He don't care. He spoke, some people are saying he spoke the truth. Do black people, do we always have to keep it real? Apparently, yes. We always have to keep
Only
it real.
if you send for me.
You know, not everything should be. And it seemed that, are we the only ones that argue in public? Are we?
No, it's other people argue in public. I mean, but it's the way that they do it. We just do it differently. We gotta remember again, Carl and Kevin, y'all are comedians, so I couldn't wait to talk to y'all about this. If you listen to what Cat said, I don't do interviews like that. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
He said he don't do interviews like that. Larry King is dead. Okay, so if he came there to sit on that couch and he told y'all he sat on that couch because 3 individuals went up there and did an interview with Shay Shay, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, that Shay Shay, I watched his show one time and I wasn't into it. He reminded me of my country ass cousin. It makes me dry. I'm telling you right now. And why would you name your show Shay Shay? Why not Club Shaw or something? Shay Shay sounds so feminine. You understand? But he needs to say thank you to Cat Williams for giving him almost 43 million views. Okay. So Cat said, and if y'all remember, he said, I don't come up here. I only came because people want to sit here and lie on me. No, we don't like to see our comedians or our black brothers and sisters, actresses, actors going against one another. But if you sit on a platform and lie on me after I gave you a pass for 25 years, he said he gave them a pass for 25 years. He said Cedric Entertainer apologized. Steve apologized. So why y'all bring it back up again? And then Ricky came up there and said that he's supposed to be Magic Mike. Are you serious? Come on, think about it, y'all. Who would have played a better Magic Mike? Ricky Smiley? No. What did Cat say? He's better playing a woman than playing a man, okay? So I'm glad that he came out and said how he felt personally because they came for him. He didn't come for them. He never said anything about them or towards them. They came for him. Even Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. If y'all remember, y'all can dig deep. Y'all know how to go Google. They went on the Breakfast Club when they was promoting their show. And they asked about Cat Williams. Instead of them saying, no, we're here to promote our show, God bless him, and move on, they went in. He's on drugs. He don't know how to do a show. He don't know how to listen. He don't want to show up on time. How dare y'all disrespect another one of your comedian comrades on the biggest platform as the Breakfast Club when you could have just said, no, we don't have nothing to say. Let's work on our let's talk about our project. They went in on him and y'all wanted Cat to say nothing. And you know what? He's all about the numbers. Cat is very special. Very, very special. If you listen to him, he calculates everything, the numbers, how many things he did. He sat there and studied every top comedian in the world so he can be the best I'm telling you, he's magical. They need to say thank you. You know how much people made money off of him? I'm ready to put my little I'm excited. I love you, Cat.
Kevin, you think Tiffany likes Cat Williams?
Yes.
I think she does, and she should. He's a brilliant comic. He's a very funny dude. He's a very generous dude.
Yes.
I have nothing bad to say about Cat Williams, other than at this point, it is a distraction to African American people. Always got distractions, and we're not in any position to be distracted right now. We have 2024 is the most important election of our lifetime. I don't give a shit who you vote for or who you like. If you don't like Biden's old ass, if you don't like Trump's racist ass, well, no matter who you like, we're in some very serious times that's going to happen in the next freaking 9 months in this country. That's going to change the course of this country for our kids, for our young people in our lives that got to grow up, you know. So I think the cat thing was very interesting. I was, being an entertainer myself and a comedian. Um, I was very interested in what he had to say. Like I said on the show last week, I know some of the guys he was talking about, so but once again, it's rich people's problems,
The year of truth. A
uh,
lot of truth is going to be coming out.
Cat Williams is a very rich man, and everybody he talked about is a very rich man. So I don't think none of them are really deep down inside worried about what each other say about each other, because they're all eating very well, and
Yeah.
their families are eating very well. So
Yeah, but they responded like little cackling women. That
you
was
know what?
ridiculous. People was complaining that wasn't even talked about. Like, why you didn't talk about me? Like, what's his name from Florida? What's his name? Trick Daddy. He looked like he needs a doctor. How you
yeah.
gonna sit there and get mad at him? And he didn't even mention you. So yeah, it lets you see who people really are. And yes, we need to be on point with everything, because now this is the year of truth. A lot of information is going to be coming out, and like you said, Gia, it's time to vote. And yes, we have to vote for the people that's going to help us. That's going to do the best for us.
That
I
is
just want
true.
to put voting in.
I just don't want us to get too distracted.
No, it's not distracted. I missed last week.
With show business stuff, right? Yeah, I got it. I get you, and you got to get it off your chest. That's why we're here. So, but yeah,
And I see you would do anything for money. I don't believe you sat there and said I would sleep with somebody for a piece of change, Kev.
my point was, Tiffany, is that 99.99% of the people watching this show screw people for no money. So, so if you're doing it for free, you might as well do it for $1 million check. I mean, it's people that watch our show that may have been involved in a one night stand just because they like somebody's abs. You know what I'm saying?
But that's your choice if you want to be able to sleep with that person. But if somebody came up to me to give me money to get a part in a I'm not sleeping to get a part. And don't think I have not been offered. Okay.
Got you.
For some parts. Okay. But I was not sleeping with them.
I'm glad you have your dignity. I'm glad you have your dignity.
Thank you.
I think, Tiffany, I think a lot of women and men in some way have sex for money. They might not come right out. If I come up to you and I go, "Hey, Tiffany, here's a suitcase with $10,000. Take me upstairs and let's go at it." You go, "No, you know what I mean?" Right? No, you wouldn't do it for money, right? No. But if I take you out, take you on trips, take you to dinner, buy you gifts, and this goes over like 6-month period, it totals up $20,000, all the gifts and trips and stuff, and then we have sex. What's the difference?
That's not what the difference. I'm having sex because I want to, and I'm attracted to you. It's not because of your gifts and all of that. And I need to find somebody to do all of those nice things for me. Somebody out there.
Oh, but wait a minute. So hold on, Tiff. So wait a minute. Let me get this right since we're on the subject. So you meet some nice guy that you're attractive to, and he goes, "Hey, thanks for the number. I'll call you in a few days. Let's hook up." And he calls you up and go, "Hey, Tiff, you want to go to some expensive restaurant and eat expensive fish down in Brooklyn? Oh, by the way, I don't get paid the next Friday. You got this check? Can you pick this up this time?"
No,
you're attracted to me.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that because that means that's a red flag for me. That's a red flag for me. You already asking me to pay for. That's why I don't go out.
Oh, let me drop my mic. Let me drop my mic. Let me drop my mic.
No, I'm not. I'm not paying for nothing.
You like him?
I don't care how much I like him. You taking me out on our first date and you want me to pay for it? No, get out of here. Maybe the 4th or 5th date, I got you, but I'm not doing it on the first date. That means
basically what you're saying, you're not going to pay for any food until after he gives you the business and give it to you good.
No, he can keep his good where he wanted because I'm not doing all of that. You got to remember things that make me excited is the littlest things, and that right there is a big thing. And if I have to pay for our thing, no, that don't make me excited. That makes me dry.
All I was saying, Tiffany, and I'm not trying to get nobody's personal. All I'm saying, Tiff, is that, and it may not you, but I'm saying people in this country, we have fornication or sex or whatever you want to call it with people every day, every week, and every month, right? With people that we just meet, people that we date, people we don't know that well. There's been millions of one night stands. So for people to say, hey, I'm not going to, sleep with Oprah for breaking in show business, if that's what they are into, show business, or I'm not going to sleep with Tyler Perry, or whoever, because, my morals, I think people are just, lying about that. This is my personal opinion. I don't believe it.
Okay, some people sleep with people to get to the top, and some people they don't want to sleep. And I'm not sleeping with nobody to get to the top. Thank you. I'm already on top.
No, you're not.
I'm on top right here with my dignity and my hands up and not bent over. No. Cat, come and get me, boo.
Cat don't want to bend you over, though.
Yeah.
He can. First of all, I will put my breast on. Let me shut up, because I told my mother I was going to take Cat and be like, boo, because he's at my breast.
That's my point. I rest my case.
Yeah, his swagger, he's 5'5", but his swagger is 7 feet tall. Yeah.
Tiffany, you know you're proving Kevin's point, right?
Yes, she is. She proved my point. There's a lot of women that have slept with Cat Williams, by the way. Most likely, I'm sure he's had his share of beautiful ladies, right? So it's not even a stretch, right? I'm sure he gets what he wants when he wants it. So because there's a lot of women out there that see that 7 foot swag, right? Yeah. Okay, so my point is,
I like smart shit.
Everybody who goes backstage at the Cat show end up at the freaking 8th floor in the suite.
Oh, no, I'm not going to the suite. But can you please introduce us? Don't you know him or know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that know him?
I know a lot of people. I don't know Cat Williams personally. Never met him. Actually, I do know somebody very well to know Cat Williams, though. Yeah, I do know somebody very well to know Cat Williams.
Can you please make that happen? I want to say hello.
Tommy Davidson is on tour with Cat Williams.
Tommy Davidson, I know very well. Red Grant, a good friend of Cat Williams. I know Red Grant very well.
Co-host want to just kiss him. All right, that's it.
Yes, I know. I know
my butt, like bow.
So Tommy's on this year's tour with Cat Williams.
Well, actually, right now on the new tour that's embarking after this big controversy, his opening act is Kevin Hart's ex-wife.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's going on tour with Cat.
Yeah, Kevin Williams. I mean, Kevin Hart's ex-wife is on tour. Starting on tour, is going to be on tour on this new tour.
He just pulled a 50 Cent. That's what 50 Cent did to somebody.
50, I got to show you the
wife.
I'm going to show you Tiffany. This is the actual host of Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp is not the real host. This is the host right here.
Stop. That dude look like a Shay Shay. I'm sorry. That dude look like a Shay Shay.
He looks like he can lose Club Shay Shay.
When a man wears lip gloss and not chapstick, that's Shay Shay. You know? So, but I'm gonna be honest, we should be happy that he went on a black platform. He didn't go on Vlad or anything like that. He went on a black platform. He put money in that man's pocket, and every podcaster that's talking about it, he put money in their pocket. So Cat is actually he's a lucky charm, okay? He left a pot of gold at everybody's end of their rainbow.
Shannon Sharp's very grateful, I'm sure, for the interview and the notoriety that it brought his podcast.
Yes.
But to be clear, Shannon Sharp is already super, famous and
oh yeah, I heard he's an awesome athlete.
Yeah, he was perhaps in his position the best to ever play the game. And
yeah, I heard he's very good, but I still don't like his little Shay Shay ass.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp is an amazing football player.
Yeah,
And
I heard he's awesome football player, but that Shay shit is
and made
dead.
money, so he's far from broke. He's a very rich man. So,
And look, Cat wound up doing an interview with Willie D. I didn't know that he had some issues with Ali Sadiq, another comedian. He talks about being locked up. And you know what Cat said? He said if he wants to have beef with him, he said, let's fight with ticket sales. You come up with the ticket sales I come up with, and then we can talk head to head. And that's just real talk. Everything is a business.
so my problem is at this point is and Carl, you probably relate to this. Do we see Seinfeld and
What you talking about, the white comedians?
yeah, I'm the white comedians. Do we see white comedians going at each other like this? Is
No, because they
Seinfeld
didn't
beefing
come
with
for that.
anybody? Why are we always beefing? That's what I want to know. Why is there always a beef in our community? Why do we get such a boner when we don't get along?
Because, hey, Kev, and I'm sure you know what I'm going to say is true. It's in the entertainment, in comedy, in movies, and you know what I mean? We know they only allow like one black person per movie or per show up or whatever. If there's an audition, they're looking for a black person. They're not looking for, if they're casting the TV show, they're looking for a black person.
Right.
You know, if they're casting the show and white people show up, they're looking for someone to play the mom, the dad, and they all know they're going to be white. So there's lots of roles for them. When we show up for an audition, we know there's one spot for it. So we know that. So we're fighting, right? If I know it's an audition, I'm not telling you, Kev. I'm gonna sneak and go to this audition because
I know that. I've dealt with that 100 times more than 100 times. But my point is that all of these guys that are beefing right now, Ricky Smiley has his own show or syndicated radio show. Cedric the Entertainer is a very celebrated entertainer with lots of success. Of course, we know Cat Williams is one of the top touring comedians in the world. Steve Harvey, no matter what you think about him, is perhaps the most successful out of all these guys mentioned.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He has more money than everybody in this whole circle, and he makes more money than everybody, and he's super successful. And
he can still be a jerk.
So all these, and now here he is. I've only met him a few times, and that was years ago, so I don't know him that well to speak on his character. But I hear things. I hear he's a jerk, but but everybody in show business is a jerk, just about, just about 99% of people out there are jerks. So I just think that to see all of these successful black men going at each other makes no sense to me.
It's sad. It's really sad. They shouldn't go against each other, but they came for Cat. Period. They shouldn't have been up there lying on people platforms, and nobody wouldn't have came for you. He said he didn't say nothing for 25 years. They came for him. So you trying to say somebody come for you? You ain't say nothing to them. Y'all been chilling for 20-something years, and he tried to embarrass you online. You're not going to try to stand up for yourself. You just want to let him disrespect you.
No, I will stand up for myself.
Okay, that's it. Period. He stood up for himself. It's on. Just leave him alone. Stop bothering him. Stop talking about him. Stop lying, saying that you supposed to be Money Mike. You wasn't going to be Money Mike. That's it. Period.
Got you.
Two black men arguing about playing a pimp. That's not.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The whole thing.
Nothing. And you heard what he said. He said your son just made his transition. Why would you come up here and lie? That beating came from the ancestors. And if y'all want to go deeper into Ricky's story, type up his nephew and his son and his nephew. You will find out his whole life right in there. So, like I said, I hope this is a wake-up call. Stop bothering people. If nobody wasn't bothering you, leave them alone.
Yeah, well,
let them make their money.
Hey, they're all making their money. That's why I don't understand why they beat them. They're all making their money. And Cat Williams is about to break box office on this next tour because the tickets are going to sell out so fast because people want to hear him now. They want to hear what he's going to say when he walks out on stage. The same way after Will Smith smacked Chris Rock ticket sales went through the roof because people want to now go hear what Chris is going to say to go after Will Smith. You know,
it's a money grab business, ticket sales.
Yeah.
Kev, maybe I should show up to your next show and give you a body slam you.
Yeah, man. Come see me this weekend, Carl. Come see me come to the comedy club this weekend. Body slam me.
Yeah.
It'll be on TMZ, man. I'm famous enough to make TMZ.
I'm gonna be
If you
like this with the camera. I'm gonna get
oh,
everything. Get
there
it.
you go. If you body slam me, I got enough credentials. TMZ will cover it. Trust me, they'll cover it. Comedian from Def Jam and Last Comic Standing, Kevin Lee got body slam
By
by a Caribbean comedian out of from the Caribbean. This comedian called y'all right.
I was gonna say you gotta do some Caribbean jokes, and then I run up on body slam.
Body slam me. Hit me with a coconut, do something shit. Yeah.
There you go. Me not like them jokes, man.
It's funny. Whatever it takes to get the money, man. That's what it's all about. Because one of these days, for 20 years, 15 years from now, we'll find out all this shit was staged.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. I'm just saying. That would be funny though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you missed the show last week, Tiff. I'm just Cat Williams burnt out at this point. God bless the brother and all the other comedians. You know, we're all comedians. Those guys, like I said, they're super, super successful. Their families are eating well. They're eating well. And, you know.
But I know how it feels to be an underdog.
I'm sick of rich people's problems. There's rich people problems as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Yeah. But what I took away from this, and I think I said it last week, is that it shows that, you know, talent is part of it to make it in Hollywood or make it, you know, in the music industry, and, you know, the things you have to do to make it. You know, you could be as talented as, you could be as funny as whoever, you could be a great actor, excellent singer, great musician. There's always somebody standing there with their pants down, you know, standing in your way to get to the next step.
Okay, and would do anything to get there.
Some people are willing to do it, and some people are not. You know, and
that's true. That is true.
And that's the sad part. And you know, like they said, Steve Harvey called up the movie Ocean's 11 trying to get Bernie Mac's part.
Yes,
you know,
that's horrible. Why would you do that?
But it just shows, you know what I mean? Same man just don't care. We know they only allow one black, but he didn't call him to try to get Brad Pitt's part or try to get the other white man's part, right? He wanted Bernie Mac because he know they only allow one black, and he wanted to be that black person, you know. And
it's so bad because I don't like a few hairstylists, but I would not go on there and just broadcast, I don't like this one, I don't like that one, because I'm not. But if you come for me, and you say something just like it was somebody in the comment section tried to come for me, and I had to come for them. You were a horrible boss. That's why it didn't work out. Yeah. Okay? Sure. All right.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. And with tomorrow being MLK Day, I don't know what we are doing special. Do we say happy holidays to white people on MLK Day? Do we say anything? No? We don't say.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, can't we say enjoy the holiday? I mean, what do we do on MLK Day?
Listen, if they're not giving me a check, I'm not saying anything to them. Okay, I'm just going to enjoy Martin Luther King with my queen mother. Sure.
Yes. Before we go, Tiffany, anything you want to share, or anything you learned, anything you want to say about MLK being tomorrow on Malcolm X? Any topic we spoke on, Dr. Bonnie Bailey? Anything.
I want to say, first of all, thanks for all the well wishes and get well wishes everybody gave me for my mother. This new year for me has been very, very hectic for me. The second day in, you know, we've been back and forth in the hospital. So, you know, to know that she's doing a whole lot better than what she was doing, I'm good with that. So I'm telling people, honor your mother and your father, you know, even your aunts and uncles and people that you know that are elders, you know, take care of them and love them, you know, or at least give them assistance, something. Also, I'm Martin Luther King, we salute you. If we didn't have you, we wouldn't be where we are at today. And we also salute that his life was sacrificed for us so we can have a better life. And shout out to his family, and we honor him. And we also honor Malcolm X. You know, we'll see you next month, Malcolm X, in February. But we honor you also, Miss Bailey's family. We want to send our condolences out to Miss Bailey's family and people that are suffering with, depression, please reach out to somebody. Please don't pick that point of where you want to exit. If you need help, please reach out. They have numbers, they have assistance that they can be able to help out. Again, shout out to my family and friends. Happy New Year again. I did miss the New Year coming in. And thank you again to the co-host. Thank you so much. And to all our people that's been riding with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep watching us. Please like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you want to talk about. We would love to talk about it because we're trying to do our thing in the 2024.
It's cool.
So definitely. Yes.
All right. Kevin, anything you want to share? Any thoughts on MLK, Malcolm X?
Yeah, man. Tiffany said it all. Malcolm X and Dr. King are the reason that we're able to have this podcast right here and openly talk about the things that we talk about because of their sacrifice, their boldness, their braveness, and all the things that they did. And those guys, like I said, I think they both left us at 39 years of age, if I'm correct. And they both had young children that they never got a chance to see grow up because they cared about us, So yeah, so definitely can't say enough about those two guys, man. And Malcolm would never have probably a major holiday in America because, like I said earlier in the show, I think it's more about the religion thing than anything. I think that Muslim things just always have scared, the powers that be, and it still does, So I think that had a lot to do with it also. And Tiffany, to you, I got my checkbook right here. $1 million can change you and your family's life. I could write this check right now. Change you and your family's life, Tiffany. Just say the word. $1 million for 10 minutes.
You know what, Kev?
For 15 minutes.
You know you don't got $1 million.
15 minutes.
Carl probably got that $1 million hidden in the stash somewhere. I'm not messing with you.
You don't know. If Kevin told his
First of all, you can Google my net worth. all you got to do is Google comedian Kevin Lee net worth. My shit'll pop up. Okay, but anyway, but I ain't got $1 million to give you. Hell no. But I'm saying I can give you 50,000.
That's nice. I might ask Patricia if it's okay.
She'll kill us both. Anyway,
okay, all right.
50,000 for my funeral.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price.
Hey, remember the movie with what's the movie where I love that movie where they the billionaire paid Demi Moore. That's a great movie.
$1 million to sleep with us, something like that.
Yeah, and it almost
Indecent Proposal.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's a great movie.
A long time.
Yeah. That's a good movie. Yeah, man, and yeah, that's a good movie. But people haven't seen it. Watch that movie. Yeah, that's a good movie. Decent Proposals. Yeah, everybody has a price, like Carl said. You know.
Everybody's got a price.
Hey, if Oprah and Gayle King call me up tomorrow. Sorry, Patricia, but I'm gonna have to hit that ass. I'm
gonna knock them old ladies off.
I tell Oprah up right in front of Patricia.
Patricia will probably get you dressed up and put a bow on your ass. And she'd be like, give me the check first. That's the only way you get him. I need the check, and then I'll push his ass.
That's too funny. Yeah. All right, see y'all next week. Definitely next week is on again. I'll be back in New York next week. I'm out of town Friday and Saturday performing. If you want to come through and body slam me, feel free. Other than that, I will.
Where you gonna be at?
I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the Comedy Zone Comedy Club.
I'm not gonna tell you, Kev. I can't do it when you're expecting it. I got.
That's right. Just gonna run up on stage and body slam me. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna have just let me know so I can have the camera rolling.
Yeah, no shit.
You gotta make it look real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta make some money to afford these restaurants Tiffany be picking out.
It's time for a new one. I'm ready to go out and have some lobster, y'all.
Man, we'll do that Black History Month.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Black History Month, we'll get together. We'll do a live show on location somewhere while Tiffany eats lobster.
Thank you.
Yeah, me and Carl got to pay for it because we're men.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay.
Hey, Kevin gonna show up with that $1 million check, and I'll show up.
Thank you. You can get a rub for 20,000.
All right. Oh, you're so
That's
lucky.
a rub. 20,000 a rub.
Don't you love how women rate themselves so high?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worth that. You saw that butt.
See, there you go. See, she's worth.
They'd be like, "Is that a BBL?" No, it's not.
All right, everybody. I want to thank you guys for checking us out, and also along Kevin and Tiffany's the line. I want to thank the Dr. Martin Luther King for doing what he did, because God knows I would not be here doing what I do. We have a lot to be thankful to Black Americans for. And I know a lot of people from my part of the world come to this country, and we kind of don't appreciate what was done before. We seem to think that before we got here, everything was the way it is. Everything.
No, it wasn't.
You know? I appreciate that, Carl, because that's deep coming from that's deep. What's deep what you just said, and you know, my brother and I had this conversation all the time, man. That people come. My brother used to tell people all the time, the sacrifices that were made so foreigners can come here and come here and live a good life and stuff like that. And you're right what you said, man.
Yeah,
So,
we didn't get the 2 separate water fountains and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all so lucky.
So
thank you, brother.
You're very welcome. Thank you. So we're gonna go out on a song. Obviously, we're gonna play our theme song, but we have been getting some good feedback on the older songs that we've been playing.
I love it.
This song is going out to Tiffany and Kevin.
Grooving when I hear the sound, like you and me, baby, getting down with the sounds around. Oh, the smell of the morning flow as we pass away the hours. I wanna do it again, do it again, do it. Let's do it in the morning, sweet breeze in the summertime. Feel your sweet face, all made up next to mine. Sweet love in the midnight, good sleep comes morning light. No worry about nothing, just getting good, just getting good, just getting good love. Do it again, do it again, do it. Yeah.
So fine with your pretty hair. If you don't mind my compliments, just digging on the clothes you wear. I'm just a man now, don't you fear? I can love you now, don't you hear? I wanna do it again. Do it, do it, do it again.
Love again.
Damn, we some badass people. Yeah, we got some soul.
Oh my God! If that song were to be sung today, you know, they're singing about doing it without actually saying about doing it. You know, if Cardi B got a hold of that song, it'd be a whole different set of lyrics.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a great song. Maple say, well, she's a bad girl.
Yeah.
She's still with us too. So
Yes, she is.
yeah.
Tiffany has left the building. I don't know if her phone died, but
All right, Tiffany. See, she got to make that money. Pay that phone bill. All right, man. All right, Tiff, wherever you are.
Checking out the show this Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Be here.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Love you guys. And tell the people you love them because they're not psychic.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.